XXL with Lokesh
on City 1016.
Ramadan Kareem to all the listeners of City 1016. Yes, my name is Lokesh, चल रहा है XXL और इसमें हमारे साथ है the makers of Dhanak. We've got Nagesh Kukunoor, we have Manish Mundra, we also have Ilahi in the studios of City 1016. Nagesh, like we were talking about Shekhar Kapoor, you know, he once said that to work with kids is far more difficult than to work with all the big superstars with the starriest tantrums ever, because you just don't know, you know, how the kid is going to react on the sets. How difficult was it? You're working with two kids in this film, so how difficult was that to handle?
I've not had trouble with kids actually. Sometimes stars with tantrums are, in my opinion, a whole lot worse to deal with because you're constantly walking around eggshells. I think when you deal with kids the way you deal with adults,
right,
as opposed to treating them like children and babying them, then you get the best results. Of course, I'm saying this as someone who doesn't have kids in real life, so I don't have a point of reference. But every time I've worked with kids, I talk to them like adults, I deal with them like adults, and the response has been terrific. I know people are terrified about what they have to do and say in front of children. That is a thing of concern, because you can't be yourself 100%.
Right.
Barring that little hiccup, we didn't have anything on Dhanak set.
Oh, yeah. Superb. Also with Dhanak, you know, you complete your trilogy with Rajasthan. Is there a specific reason that you keep going back to the state again and again?
Maybe in a previous lifetime I was born a Rajasthani or I was a Rajasthani and born a Hyderabadi this time. But no, there's some allure about the desert for me.
Right.
I'm not sure why. And Rajasthan is one of those few places in India that has very strongly retained its visual glory, be it the desert, be it the Havelis, the forts, the palaces. I mean, it's a place that no wonder most of the ads that are shot in India are shot there.
True.
It's one of those places where you set the camera and you turn any angle and it's fantastic. And two kids isolated in a desert, far more visually compelling than two kids isolated in a city.
True.
And you know, the choice was obvious. A lot of times when I'm setting up a film in my head, I think Rajasthan as a reflex, and it terrifies Ilahi all the time because production is not easy.
He even put the boxing film in Rajasthan. But nothing to do with two kids being isolated anywhere. Give Nagesh a script and he goes to Rajasthan.
He just needs a reason to go back to back.
It wasn't the past life, it's this present life, and this time we had two Rajasthanis.
Yeah, I know Manish is also from...
Yeah, so there's absolutely no
But I remember in
one
of his interviews he said something really interesting. He said that, you know, because the spaces are so huge in Rajasthan, you kind of understand how small you are as human beings.
Yes.
It kind of totally made sense.
Yes.
Manish was telling us about a beautiful song. I mean, we've heard that, the Madam Maskalandar, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little more about that.
When I actually set up a scene in the film where the kids meet a hippie,
Right.
This concept of universal love, universal peace, as utopian and sometimes as unrealistic as it sounds, I very strongly believe in it. And I was always a huge fan of John Lennon's "All We're Asking Is Give Peace a Chance."
Right.
And I thought my riff of "Give Love a Chance" was a little stronger than peace. Peace is wonderful, but I think love is universal.
Right.
So the song was set up where I needed a very strong Indian element and a Western element to find common ground.
Right.
And Damadam happens to be one of my favorite Sufi songs, but the Manganiyar, the community in Rajasthan that actually sings Sufi songs, their version of this song is insane. And so
Extremely powerful, actually.
Extremely powerful.
Yeah.
So Tapas Relia, who did the music for Dhanak, he felt that to get an authentic sound, he literally had to go to Rajasthan to record those sounds. And using Swarup Khan, who was one of the Indian Idol runners-up,
Right.
he visited Badmer, where Swarup is from.
Right.
And then if you actually see the behind-the-scenes video, you can see a room full of little Devu Khans, all auditioning. And Tapas kept recording them, and then he selected Devu out of all of them because he felt that Devu got Chotu's voice correctly.
Okay.
And you know, the song is pretty wonderful in the sense that it's got that really strong earthy Indian flavor.
Right.
And at the same time, it's got a complete mashup with a white voice,
Right.
saying "Give love a chance."
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
when Devu starts it, I mean, when he belts it out,
Ah.
it's almost goosebumpy because it's raw. It's a raw 12-year-old voice trained by just his family around him. So there's no formal training other than the lineage that he comes from.
Right.
And then he starts with Char Chirag and literally you can see the
It ignites
audience,
the
reacting.
Yeah.
I mean, I get
You're having goosebumps right
now. See that it's absolutely stunning. And to think now that Devu Khan is grown up. So his voice is cracking as we speak. So that voice is literally in our film and then lost forever. So that
So cool.
purity of that
So
sound.
Cool. We're going to talk about love, which definitely is one of the main themes of the movie in just a short while. But right now, revisiting one of your songs only from the movie called Door. It's called Iman Ka Asar, which brings back what... I think for the first time, no, not for the first time, but one of those rare times when Sunidhi and Shreya both are singing
Yes.
together,
Yeah.
right?
And it was a gem that was one of those, people went after Ye Hausla, which is a great song, but Iman Ka Asar was
Is one of my favorites as well.
beautiful song.
Playing on Double XL with me, Lokesh, right here on City 1016.